You know, Mike PALKO is one of the real pioneers in our event. He put the effort into developing what I think is one of the original electric powertrains that have gone on to be very, very popular in control line aerobatics. But in the beginning, it was funny, and I dug out this footage from 2008, and the people harassing him along the way, and I know who had the last laugh now, Mike. Anyway, he built a copy of, along the way, a Bob, I think this is a Bob Hunt design P-51. I had given him some ideas on how to do the checkerboard on this. That's my contribution. Dave Midgley, I believe, is the one made the canopy. But Mike did the legwork, developing the powertrain. I don't know if there was somebody else that was first somewhere else on the planet, but he was the first one I ever saw do a really competitive stunt pattern with that P-51 in expert level stunt. And Mikey, I give you all the credit in the world. I know you took a lot of harassment along the way. And this old footage, listen to the people in the background, the naysayers. Listen to them all giving him a hard time, including me, of course. And Mike, I have to say, he said, who's got the last laugh now? Now, to end up with a beautiful plane like this, it didn't happen without a lot of development. And when Mike did a lot of this development, a lot of these profile planes and things he worked on, he worked in a vacuum. There wasn't a lot of other people that I knew that were doing this, and he wound up with a great result. Now, before we even get into the old footage, I have Mikey PALKO and I have been communicating. I tried to get some information from him about my model railroad, actually, and that's how we reconnected. And I thought at the time, I remember back, and I didn't have any pictures of these planes, these original planes, the Twister, the Flying Clown. I didn't have any pictures. Mikey graciously donated these pictures. I believe that's his son, and holding one of the planes that the profiles. They had some half-A plane pictures too. And I look at these, and I'm really amazed that it brings back a lot of memories of when I was young, and I just loved model planes. I just couldn't get enough. And Mikey, thank you for donating these again. I think that's his son. And that's what should be, or maybe is, a half-A flight streak, or small version of a flight streak. But anyway, the thing that we're trying to focus in on here is his development. And this is the silencer. And this plane, I saw this plane fly even at the 2004 Nats. He really was working on this day and night, and to his credit, he stuck with it. Now, I don't know what kind of pitfalls you run into when you start building a dedicated electric plane in a world where you're one of very few people even bothering to develop this. But the fact that he kept sticking with it, and it just got better and better and better. And I think even the people like myself who we were amazed how good this was working at the very end when he did the Mustang. He brought this to Brodax. He flew it at the Nats. I was always totally impressed because I know how much time and energy goes into when you start with something that there never was anything like it before, and at the end of it, you're flying it at the Nats and impressing people. That's a long journey. That doesn't happen easily, doesn't happen overnight. And I still remember those checkerboards. I remember talking to him on a phone about it and thinking, boy, that's a wicked paint job to do. That is really a lot of work. But again, that's what makes Mikey, in my estimation, a true pioneer, is he did things not because they were easy, but because he thought he could make a lot of money doing them. Now, I know he didn't get rich, and neither did I, but boy, we had a lot of fun along the way. And as I look back at these, and I think of some of the things that Sergio Zegras helped me with the Z-Tron, and when I was doing the Typhoon with the Z-Tron motor control, and he was doing this with Sergio, and Sergio did things for my model railroad, and we had a relationship back in that time window, I think that was very unique in all the world. And from it, I got a great running model railroad that still runs. Mike got to be the Elon Musk of stunt. And to be honest, I just got older and older and older and older. All right, what kind of fuel is in this plane?
It goes from the top. Thanks.
Okay, got it.
You know, I tried this.
Yeah?
With one of those U keys, and I screwed the battery to the bottom.
All right.
But the motor just didn't have enough power. Just you know.
Oh, that's the biggest.
Is this a big tune pipe here?
Yeah.
This is the new
windy
motors
pipe.
now.
Yeah.
These are the new motors. These are the hottest
Windy
motors.
shrink wrap.
RC guys are using these motors.
Yeah, this is a new style motor. There's better ones out there. That's not the hottest setup.
And now they have new batteries.
How much does that motor cost?
That was $69 introductory price. If you go buy it now, it's $89.
Well, then I'll buy yours.
Now,
Yeah, there you go. And you know, you don't need a fuel proof this. You can make this plane lighter.
I plan on building a full body ship.
Light.
Lighter, less drag. Hopefully I can. This has never been trimmed. It's never had power to trim it. It's always just fallen.
Fabulous.
How long does it run with that motor?
Last night we timed
5 minutes, 13 seconds last night.
5:25.
I got him. Yeah, 520. I had a 525.
And how much is the battery and motor weight?
The entire plane as it is 45 ounces. The pack's about 23. The motor is 6. So the plane comes out 12 to 14 ounces without anything on it.
What type of battery?
It's a 2600 milliamp nickel metal hydride.
They kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have. There's better everything out there.
What's your lap times?
In the beginning, they start out around 4.8. Towards the end, they're down to about 5.1, 5.2.
It doesn't look like bad.
Yes, the battery.
And then when
goes
it
down.
gets real weak, that shuts it off. Right?
No, the Z-Tron, I turn it off. Which I haven't.
You turn it off with the Z-Tron?
Yeah.
Okay, you can just shut it off.
Yeah, I turn it on and off with the Z-Tron, that's all.
But when you're in level laps, can you slow it down to save juice, or?
It also takes more time to get around there.
Oh yeah, you can't win.
What
Yeah.
I'm gonna try is just whip it through level flight to unload the motor so it draws less
Right,
current.
right. And how many props do you have there?
How many props do I have?
I mean, do you have more props?
Oh yeah,
or?
this is a cam prop 10.8 by Grotner.
Okay.
I also have APC electric props, all different styles. This just happens to be, I was here, this worked good, I'm not changing nothing just to show people.
And it balances just
like a normal.
like a normal, it looks normal and everything.
Fairly normal, yeah.
You need a tape recorder with a noise going. or you could have the other track, the A track. The band jock selection.
Yeah.
This calls for a new web page, Wendy. Another link.
An electric B25.
If you saw the sound system in the locomotives I have, you could make that sound like a real steerman. It wouldn't even matter. I can go in my cellar with the sound control and hear the trains
For a
upstairs.
twister, yeah, it should be about 40.
But it don't. It flies great.
You know what? If you did though, Mike, say something. If you made like a Brodak Cardinal plane, the wing could be smaller because it'd be more efficient.
Yeah. Well, the full body, I really want to go through full body ship.
Put a thick wing in it.
Yeah.
Then you don't.
A tapered.
Then you don't have to make the wing so big.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I really think that's
Yeah.
Way with the future.
That is definitely a threat. Let's put it that way.
Goes right at the CG.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, there'll be somebody proposing a rule change or something. Wait till you see how quick they propose rule changes. They're probably writing a rule change right now over in the bathroom there.
That's tremendous demonstration.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. That was You missed the triangles in your paddle.
Easy. That's what I used to use, but the voltage gets so low that it drags around. You can't fly in wind. Now. It's just the
She doesn't need a toolbox. It's fine electric.
Yeah.
Battery charge.
Oh, it's all.
So you can plug this in your car and go in 10 minutes be flying again.
That's what I did. 35 minutes to charge the pack.
35,
Yeah,
okay.
so
You
if
just
you
take the pack off, put it under the hood of the car.
Yep. If
You
have
got to
2
plug
or
in.
3, you're set on.
And this is the Z-Tron little gizmo you made?
inside.
That's cute.
Yeah. It's got the little sunglasses on it.
Yeah, yeah. Did you find this helps or?
I haven't flown it in sun yet.
Oh,
When I
okay.
flew it in sun, it would not work.
Well,
'cause
this
everything-
the filter. What you need to do here is make a tube.
Yeah. it was out in the open and it
Oh.
didn't work.
Oh,
We put
yeah,
a tube
yeah,
on
yeah.
it and it worked.
No, mine, if you look at the B25, there's like a tube there.
Yeah. So it's all.
That is awesome. Really cool.
Thank you.
I would love to see how this would work if you made a plane like a free flight construction.
Yeah.
Really light and tissue.
You might have heard Mikey PALKO mention a Zetron. Well, I picked up on that, and I can't remember if he did it before I did it, or he gave me the idea, or I did, but I'll give him the credit anyway. The Zetron wound up after I developed my part of it, and Sergio Zegras, of course, was many times to my house, and many times we made little prototypes and things, and I finally got to use it in my Typhoon at the Nats on Top 5 day, and was able to land the plane with using engine control, vary the engine in flight, and that's all on a separate video, of course. And that Zetron actually works so good, and it's funny that I'm looking back at it now with a little a laugh. They changed the rules so you couldn't use it the next year. And rather than go on and on here, I made a dedicated another video just of the Typhoon and the Zetron.
This is Mike PALKO's electric stunt ship. Notice there's no noise. And he's got a Zetron, controlling it with a Zetron box. Get a muffler, PALKO!
It's electric, huh?
Yeah, electric. Big Art had one of these similar to this years ago.
More power than a double star 50. You guys, I'll tell you one thing, it is powerful.
That's a nice engine, yeah. Sergio would like this.
Motor.
And it's got a Zetron. You could slow it down and land it and everything. This has a Zetron in it.
I'll tell you one thing, it's flying well.
I think you should go to 10% nitro and 2 more head gaskets. Get that brake just right. And make the tune pipe an inch longer. Doesn't it look nice when there's no noise though? Isn't that, it just makes it cute.
It does.
You know what's neat too, Kent? None of those pesky starting batteries.
Now, I was able to recover some of this old footage and doctor it up a little bit, but it's certainly not full 4K, but it's the only footage I have, and I don't have anything better than this to document part of Mike PALKO's journey and pioneering efforts. I laughingly call him the Elon Musk of electric stunt. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. Maybe somebody somewhere else wants to steal credit for that, get credit, whatever. But anyway, my recollection of this, and this is going back to 2008, 2009, we both worked with Sergio Zegras on that Zetron with a lot of interesting results. I remember donating to Mikey's cause a bunch of my reverse turning props that Doran Morisano had made, because on my twins at the time, B25 and A26, we were trying to develop reverse turning props so we could have counter rotating propellers, and thank you, Doran, for all the contributions, including the molds for those props, the reverse turning props. Anyway, Mikey did do some work with that. I don't know if he found, I don't really remember if he found it to be useful, not useful, or whatever, but I have to give somebody credit here. He really toughed this out during the time. I wanted to include that footage of his original twister with the electric, and how many people you have as naysayers, they're giving you a hard time, including me, of course. And he toughed it out through some pretty tough times. I'm sure along the way there were some disappointing times. I remember him calling me several times about some tricks for doing the checkerboards and inking around the edges and doing this and that. And I'm not sure who gets the credit for that. We had done a lot of checkerboards over the years, but there may be somebody else that gets the credit. I'm sure Danny Banjock, this was a Bob Hunt design, and Danny Banjock had built one, so converting it to electric, again, I don't know who gets the the credit, but all I remember, Sergio Zegras was relentless in helping me, and I got that to work on the Typhoon at the Nats on Top 5 Day. I was thrilled. And I was sad that they changed the rules, but hey, that's the way it is. And I remember Midgley doing the cockpit mold on that. I don't know if we even have a video of that mold in that cockpit. But anyway, Danny used it on his plane. Mike used it on his. And as I said before, I think in the end, Mikey got the last laugh. Showboats in this event.
You want to swap wallets? Give the batteries good? Let's say flip the prop.
Yeah, trying to
Show off. You don't have to start it. Look at it, look at it. Yeah, look at it. Ah.
Just like the Tavio starting up his motor.
That second gear that kicked in here? I don't know. Shifted into overdrive. Brought out the more electrons.
We were talking about that last night. Wonder if it runs the same speed inverted that it does right side up. That's why it's a short
Yeah,
wire.
I'm sorry. I'll bring that right up.
Okay, no, good.
I think they should know you raised the battery box.
Get those electrons.
You gotta shiv the battery box.
Oh, Mike.
Well, let's see what happens.
Maybe I should back. Les, maybe you want to back up. The air is kind of dead.
And the first thing I did
Forget
was put
that
it
air,
in
Mike.
ventilation.
Yeah, don't get whacked here. Yeah, he's got good air now.
I think he's been practicing.
Sweet. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a brand new airplane.
The other thing I noticed flying that electric, there's something
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah,
anything
right.
out of what's missing?
Right.
so smooth. It's like power steering.
And if you think that the lines don't transmit the vibration, you're from a, especially if you got a real thumper in there with maybe something out of balance.
And the pull-out.
Side ring is up a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything was
Yeah, good idea, Danny. Because you never know when the wind's going to change. You'll be backing up here.
Might be 66 Iowa to Iowa.
How much?
you know, switch to electric next year.
I'm
thinking about it.
I'm on the hairy edge.
Have you flown
Are
one
you?
yet?
Oh, yeah.
Have you flown that?
Oh, no.
I flew my first.
No, Mike's only got about 10
Birds don't like yellow.
Really?
No, yellow and orange. Don't fly in the evening with yellow and orange, whether it's birds or hawks.
Yeah, that is funny. He had a bird right off the wing.
I hit them twice because of that. Yeah.
They can't see yellow.
I mean, he needs more practice with the airplane.
Every time we go out to practice on our field, it's too perfect. You take off and do a couple of
That's true. That's not
almost like
No. Get out of my house. No. Well, they were having a problem with a rival gang. They don't play.
Don't you love when you go right into the sun for an intersection? Well, that's murder for me. Old eyes don't like that.
okay. Now the
And Sergio Zegras helped me with the Zetron. It's a very similar technology that controls all the signaling on my O-gauge model railroad. We have posted several model railroad videos. If you have any interest, hey, please check them out. But Sergio Zegras gets a lot of the credit for that. So Mike, to me, you are truly a pioneer, and I hope through this video, some people that can look back at those initial efforts and see how much effort and time you and probably a lot of the Philly Flyers, Danny Banjock, other people that are on board with that. Back in the day when there were a lot of naysayers, well, I think you've converted them over now, and I was truly impressed. When I saw this plane fly at Brodak and do I thought a really nice stunt pattern, I really was impressed, really. And I'm sorry that I don't have better quality footage. I really did spend some time cleaning this up, but I thought, and Sergio Zegras, I'm sure, is as proud as I am of the effort you did. I was so happy that you were the pioneer of getting a Zetron cooking, and I managed to, on a separate video, I've documented it all, land the plane in front of the judges, control the engine through the flight, land it right in front of the judges, and stop the engine on top 5 day at the Nats. That was one of the best moments of my time in model aviation. And guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. And if you did, please hit the like button, pass the link around. I have a lot of old footage. It takes a lot of time to clean it up, but I think it's worth it. And so far, the people that have given me feedback about these videos that I'm posting, they all seem pretty positive. And again, thanks so much for watching.